Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's 10 o'clock, September 1st, 2022, a new month, and still kind of hot today. And we actually wasn't quite the day I was expecting. It was a lot hotter than I expected, first of all, right off the top of the bat. And then the sky in the first half of the day in the morning, you can see we had some of this, some like milky look to the sky and some contrails around. So you can see some of them here showing up on the. This is part of a area of cirrus that somehow just developed in the early morning hours. This doesn't show it because by the afternoon the sky had become clearer. But in the early morning hours, let's see, we're going to have to rewind this even more, I guess. Go to F150. Yeah, you can see that cirrus there coming down from the Great Lakes, and that kind of gave the sky a little bit of a milky appearance in the morning. That was unexpected thing number one. There's an example of what it looked like there on the Hampton Hampton Bays camera there. Well, that's cirrus there. You can see the milky-looking sky. So not a nice blue sky until the afternoon, and then the sky conditions improved. However, it was a bit hotter than I expected today, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to first of all, look at the country and see. Look at all this heat that's going on in the west right now. 100 degrees in Bakersfield, California. They're having some major heat waves there in the west once again. 108 in Blythe and Casa Grande, 100. Just before we complain about the heat we had today, which was hotter than expected, just looking at some of these temperatures here out west, it's pretty hot. At least in Flagstaff, it's not too hot, 75. That's at 950, though. Earlier on, it was probably a lot hotter. Look and see what it was. Or a lot hotter. Even in Flagstaff, probably. Let's see. They got to the mid 80s. All right, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. But today, in our area, we'll even dealing with the heat. I'll go to our area right now. It was quite a bit hotter than I was expecting it to be. Highs was supposed to be around 83, and it turned out to be more like upper 80s. I know we're having some issues with the site right now. So if we look at Islip right now, yeah, it's cooled down, 73, the dew point at 52. However, during the day, it was hot. It got hot in the afternoon. It was a dry heat, but it was hot. I know, because I was walking around in it, because when I saw the sky clearing out, I'm like, well, let me check out a few pines, and I went to Pine Lawn for a little bit, checked out a few pines there, and it was roasting. Well, I'll tell you, it got thirsty, too, from that heat, even though I brought a drink. So you see, we got into the upper 80s today. Upper 80s, that's 88 degrees for a high. That's a lot hotter than I expected. And that has to do with the dry ground and the drought we're in. Probably, you can see the dew points were pretty low all day. Dew points in the morning were in the mid-50s, and they dropped into the upper 40s. Not quite as low as one of the models said. One of the models had us getting down to the upper 30s. We never got those dew points that low. But you can see here we had northwest winds. And, yeah, very hot conditions. Hot, dry conditions across the area. You got to remember, that's way above normal for this time of the year. So let's go over our highs and lows. Right now, obviously, it's 73. Let's go over our highs and lows, though, right now. So we'll start off with the lows. And you'll see what the lows were this morning here across Long Island. And you see here, mostly mid-60s. However, some of the cities still got into the low 70s. That's close to what I got down in the alley. The alley only got down to around 70. But you can see 50 in West Hampton for a low, 52 in East Hampton as well, where there was some better radiational cooling. And let's see what it got down in New Jersey there, 55 in their Pine Barrens. So not quite as cool as West Hampton. Let's now go to the high temperatures. So what a range in temperatures, going from 50 to the upper 80s. That's desert-like almost today. 86 for a high at West Hampton, 88. So that's a spread of like 36 degrees. 36 degrees, yeah. That's quite a spread there in temperatures. 88 for a high. And most places got up to 88. 88 at Islip, 88. So 88 across all Long Island. 86 in the city. 88 as well in New Jersey. So upper 80s, even at 90 degrees in Toms River. Much hotter. I see JFK got up to 92 as well. So, yeah, much hotter than I was expecting today. The models are way off, and I'm thinking it just has to do with how dry the ground is, probably. It was significantly hotter than I expected because of that. So let's talk about what the month of. Obviously, the Weather Service has not put out anything about the month that we had, August. So we're going to have to go look at this and find our reports this way. Sometimes they make a summary, but lately they haven't been doing that. So we're going to have to go to the monthly weather summary for Islip first and see if they did come up. All right, so here we go. Now, it doesn't say the warmest Islip on record here. It said, somebody said it was the warmest month on record at Islip, but I don't see that here. All right, so I'll have to see if this gets finalized or not. But somebody mentioned that it was the warmest month at Islip, but we don't see that here. However, you will see here that the average maximum at Islip for August was 86.1. The normal is 81.4. So that's a good almost 5 degrees above normal for the high. At night, low 69.3. Supposed to be 66. That's 3.3 degrees above normal. The mean is 77.7. Normal is supposed to be 73.7. So that's 4 degrees above normal. Quite a bit. And look at the amount of precipitation we got for the whole month. Only 0.67. Didn't quite beat the driest August on record there, but wow, that is ridiculous. That's 4.24. That's the normal. So we were 3.57 inches below normal, which is insane. And this drought, even for the year, I don't think they list the precipitation for the year here, but it's even worse than that. All right. So let's go look at some of the other sites now. If we have Islip, let's go look at Central Park. Central Park, 86.9 was the average maximum. Normal is 83.3, 3.6 degrees above normal. Average minimum, 71.7. The normal is 68.9. That's 2.8 degrees above normal. The mean is 79.3. Supposed to be 76.1, 3.2 degrees above normal. And rainfall, at least they did a little better. 1.71 inches. Normal is supposed to be 4.56. August was supposed to get a lot of thunderstorms. We never got them. 2.85 inches below normal at Central Park. Now, let's go to Newark. I'll cover a few more sites here. Newark, 89.5 was that was the normal high for almost 90 degrees was your average maximum in Newark for the month of August. Normal is supposed to be 84.7. That's 4.8 degrees above normal. Average minimum 71.4. Normal 68. 3.4 degrees above normal. The mean is supposed to be 80.5. Normal 76.4. 4.1 degrees above normal. And rainfall. They did a little better than us, 1.92. All right, and normal is supposed to be 4.15, so that's 2.23 degrees below, 2.23 inches below normal. And hopefully the Weather Service will put up a thing on their webpage about these ridiculous conditions that we had in August, but I don't see any roundups here. Though we do have the latest update on the drought monitor, and this is what we have on the drought monitor, folks. We are now in a severe drought. Thank you, Twitter, for not letting me see that. But we are now, all of Long Island is now in a severe drought. Twitter, you absolutely suck for that. We'll try this again. You'll have to. You see there, all of Long Island there now in the orange. That is severe drought there. All right, so let's see if this will work. But yeah, severe drought. Hopefully you can see that. Severe drought on all of Long Island there where the thing pops up. So yeah, that is significantly bad. D2, all right? And with the dry, and that dry wind today, I was really worried about. It's a miracle we hadn't have any major fires on the Pine Barrens, because the conditions certainly were very favorable for that. I was very concerned when I saw the way it was today, and those breezy conditions. But yeah, they really did not put a summary up for Weather Service usually puts a summary up for the month, and I don't know why they have not put a summary up for this. They only have this obviously here, the new record it broke, but I thought it was the warmest month on record at Islip. That's what I thought. According to News 12, that's what they had said, but nobody officially is bringing it up from the Weather Service, so I can't say it was the warmest month at Islip. We'll have to see. We'll check up on that another day, I guess. But we have other stuff to talk about now that we talked about August and how ridiculously hot and dry August was. Let's go take a look at the latest from the Hurricane Center because we have a couple of storms out there to watch. Tropics finally getting active. You have Danielle, which look at how far north it formed. It's tropical storm, maximum staying wind 60 miles an hour, and minimum central pressure 1,005 millibars, and it's moving east at 2 miles an hour. So, really unusual spot for a tropical storm to form. You can see this is the chart right here. It's not, and it's going to become a hurricane too, but it's going to be out in the middle of the ocean. It's not going to cause any problems except for ships, and it won't really bother us too much. So I'm not going to focus on that one too much. Then we have this depression here that's east of the Leeward Islands as well that we will have to watch as well. So we've got a couple of things in the tropics now starting to heat up. It's been unusually quiet in the tropics this year, which is kind of interesting. But if we go to the current storms, it should show Danielle here, so we can look at some of the satellite views of it here. And yeah, there's Danielle, and it looks like it's definitely in a strengthening phase, but it's going to be staying out over the ocean and not really bothering anyone. But still, you can definitely see that thing intensifying. And we probably have a hurricane. That'll be a hurricane probably by tomorrow. And who knows? Look at this sketty models. That'll be funny if this. Who knows? This hurricane could go and hit the United Kingdom or Spain. Who knows? Look at the intensity guidance. It actually has it getting up. Some of them have it getting as far as a Cat 2 or Cat 3, which is very interesting for that something that far to the north. But anyway, let's go back to the models now, and we will go and look at our weekend. This high moves offshore. Well, this high stays on top of us tomorrow, and will giving us one more nice day before we get into that return flow, which is going to have more clouds, more humidity around, and then you have this high that's going to try to build to the north, but then you have this front that kind of sits on top of us a little bit. This is our next chance of some rain, and I see some maybe chances for some heavy rain, especially overnight Tuesday morning. With this, and then this high is going to try to build down like a backdoor cold front, and then a low forms over here. So next week's looking kind of weird, and then you have another tropical system that it's trying to pop just off of Florida. So it's trying to pop some tropical systems going, and that's really, unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, it's the only way we're going to really get out of this drought. So let's go now take a look at the HRRR model from 0Z to the HRRR, and obviously dry, no rain tomorrow. And no rain on right through Sunday. No rain at all on here whatsoever. Let's go look at our dew points and wind flow, and you will see drier air. We'll have those winds become more easterly tomorrow, so that northeasterly component will hopefully mean a cooler day for tomorrow. Highs, cooler, and then we'll have that onshore flow, which will bring an increase in the humidity, but still, tolerable. Tomorrow evening, we have that southeasterly flow, and then we have moderately humid conditions on Saturday, and then it'll probably get worse as we head into Sunday. Let's look at the temperatures now. So looking at your temperatures for tomorrow, you'll see it will be cooler with that easterly flow, and that'll hopefully be a cooler day, because today was way hotter than I expected. Though with that dry ground, it wouldn't surprise me if we could I think we'll still mostly see 80. We'll see highs above 80, but hopefully low 80s. Instead of the upper 80s we had today. I know it was dry, but it was still hot out there, right? Your sweat is evaporating from you, but now you're getting dried out. So as far as Saturday goes, you see those temperatures rising more into the mid-80s, closer to 90. You can see there's this front that's trying to come through. So if we go and we look at the GFS, you'll see here this front is going to try to come on through. Sunday, we're still probably, you can see that there's some showers off to the north with this front here. So Sunday is still a dry day, but then as we get into Monday, Labor Day, this is when we could have our next chances of rain. All right, and if we go and we look at the dew points here, you'll see the dew points will be higher too as well. All right, Sunday also will have higher dew points, but hopefully you won't be crazy humid like it was. But if we look at the precipitation, you'll see as we get into Sunday, that's when we get our first chances of rain here. Especially later into Sunday night, and then maybe a little bit on Monday. We may have a rainy Labor Day, perhaps, according to this, which I know isn't good for people who like Labor Day, but it will be good for this drought. And it looks like it's actually popping some pretty heavy rain over Long Island. And if that's the case, let's see what we got here. Total accumulated precip. Let's see. Yeah, that's beautiful right there. Over 2 inches across much of Long Island. This is exactly what we need. But will it materialize? We've seen this before, and then the chance evaporates, and we're going to have to keep an eye on this. I really hope it's going to bring an end to this drought, because the longer this goes on, the worse it's going to get. It's scary how dry things are out there. This is like one of the worst droughts I've ever seen in my life on Long Island. The last time we had a drought this bad was when we had those bad wildfires. Whoops, not looking at that. But I don't know. It's a miracle we haven't had any terrible wildfires, that's for sure. But anyway, let's go and look at your sky conditions as we head into tomorrow. And we should be mostly sunny. The cirrus evades late in the afternoon. And then for the weekend, we're looking at the GFS here, but for the weekend, you'll see that we'll have more in the way of clouds, and obviously Monday with those showers around, perhaps, which I know people are going to complain about, but I'm not going to complain because we need the rain badly. You'll have 2 nice dry days for the weekend, and it's going to be good enough, all right? Because we need some rain around here. This is not a laughing matter. Let's go to the RGEM now. And if we look at the RGEM for tomorrow, you'll see we should be mostly sunny. That cirrus won't be a problem until much later in the afternoon. It should be actually mostly sunny most of the day. Nice skies, that east wind, keeping things cooler than today. And then for Saturday, we'll have more in the way of cirrus. But the sun is still going to be out. There's going to be some more high clouds around. But the sun will still be out. Sunday, maybe a few more clouds, more like partly sunny, but it still won't be a bad day. So you're going to get 2 nice days for the Labor Day weekend. But as we get into Labor Day, that's when this front is going to come in and kind of sit on top of us, which is what we need. Either that or a tropical storm. It's the only way we're going to get out of this ridiculous drought that we've been having. It's absolutely crazy how bad this drought has been. We are well below normal for the precipitation for the year. I wish that the Weather Service would actually bring this up in their thing. They're not even talking about it. I don't know why. They certainly should be. It's bad when News 12 is actually talking more about the drought than the local National Weather Service. So I don't know why they're not talking about it anymore. Let's see if we got some record reports for islip. Yes, here's the record. All right, so here it is. Monthly average temperature for August, record August set at islip. So 77.7 was set at islip for the month of August. This breaks the previous record of 77.4 set in 1980. So there you go. Warmest August on record at islip. That's incredible right there. That is incredible. So I don't know why that wasn't noted on the summary, but this drought is pretty bad, I gotta say. And again, if we look at the monthly weather summary for islip, they don't really list. They have the year. They don't list the precipitation for the year. They should actually have it the year rainfall amount, but they don't actually say that. But we're way below normal for the whole year. I can't even say how much it is. So it's just been ridiculously dry, ridiculously hot, and hopefully, at least it looks like maybe next week we'll get some relief from this drought. But we've all seen that rain evaporate, and hopefully this doesn't happen this time. But that's going to wrap up this weather update. It's been just a very ridiculously hot and dry summer, and to be honest, I just want it to end already. We need some rain, and we need some cooler temperatures. It's been beating us all down, especially me. So have a good night, and thank you for watching.